Deep in the midst of the Pacific Ocean, there lies a triangle-shaped island, mysterious in origin and rich in legacy. Forged hundreds of thousands of years ago by fierce volcanic activity, this remote land preserves some of the most unique ancient man-made artifacts in the world. The island is known by several names: Ilha de Pascua, Rapa Nui, and most famously, across the island there are more than 1,000 moai. Some stand proudly, while others lie scattered, intentionally damaged or accidentally broken. Legend tells of a great Polynesian king, Hatu Matua, who gazed upon the vast Pacific and dreamed of a new land. His high priest, Haumaka, had a prophetic dream. To fulfill the vision, King Hatu Matua chose 7 brave explorers and sent them across the endless ocean in search of the distant island spoken of in the prophecy. Guided only by the stars, the wind, and the rhythm of the sea, they sailed for weeks, perhaps months, until at last they sighted a lonely triangle of land rising from the horizon. They had found it, the sacred land we now know of as Rapa Nui. The people of Rapa Nui began erecting the moai, colossal stone figures carved in human likeness, each unique in height, expression, and features. From the main quarry, these remarkable statues were transported to sites across the island. Scholars and historians have proposed numerous theories to explain how such massive stones were moved, yet the definitive method remains a mystery.
Ariki is the boss, Ariki.
Okay.
But this place, the name is Tongariki. Maybe the theory is not 100%, but you have the quarry here, very close to this place, and you have the house of the king there in the hill.
Yeah.
Maybe theory, this place was the place of the family of the king,
Okay. Yep.
Ariki. And you have here the N and G, Tonga, Tongariki, the name of the place. Why was important this place? Because very close to the factory of the Moai, and for transport to here, you say, okay, very short, we can make a big statue.
Sure.
But that's, we have 15 Moai and very big.
So the quarry is way down there, and they transported it all the way to here. And this one, it's unfinished. You can't call it moai. It's a stone. And the theory is the neck snapped, the head fell off, and so they just left it in place. There are 15 large moai standing on an ahu, or platform. You might be wondering why the moais look different from each other. Why are they not uniform? There's a simple explanation. At the quarry, there were moais already made, so when a request came for a new one, you just chose what was available. Under the ahu, there are bodies or cremated remains of important people. The dead were ready to be put to rest. You would not wait 3 to 5 years to get a new moai. And the empty space right there, that's probably around the time of the Civil War, where there was no need for moai and they would topple them. So that's why there's not several more here. It's important to note that the moai face inland. This is because the spirits of the people interned there were watching over the village, symbolically protecting the inhabitants and property. In fact, of all the moai on the island, only one site has moai facing the ocean. When the moais were carved, they had intricate tattoos on them. However, being exposed to the elements for hundreds of years has significantly eroded them. During restoration work at Tongariki, archaeologists uncovered these ancient moai heads, believed to be among the earliest on Easter Island. Their rough and simple features reveal a time when the art of stone carving was just beginning to take shape, and the iconic look had not yet been determined. it's an extinct volcano. And this is where they first came, realized that the stone for making the moai was available, and they chose this island to continue the religion. At the quarry, the first thing you will notice is the different faces and body types of the moais. Some have narrow heads, some noses are straight, while others are upturned. On some of the moais, the hands are placed around the belly, while on others they're placed around the hips. Some have pukaus, the cylindrical objects which resemble a hat. This moai is from the last period. It's 6 meters tall when standing, but all of its body is underground. The face appears to change with every angle that you look at it. Underground, its body will resemble the moai in this photo. It's important to mention that many, but not all moai have carvings on the back or torso which resemble modern-day tattoos. None of the tattoos are the same, but they feature the same symbols. The designs are thought to represent the spirit or mana, and could also be related to a person's family lineage.
We have the core here. The main stone is in front of your eye. So here we have the Rapa Nuis. They come into here and then take the first step, coming one old man and select the stone. You need a very good stone, because if you found some area, because then broke the stone, and then the Rapa Nui select, oh, okay, we have the first team coming and then mark the face and head of the moai and the body. And then coming the second team with the tools. I show you the tools there by the stone, and then start the first group. And then finish the moai and the stone. When the moai is ready, they open here, hold, and then when you finish, cut the moai and slide down and go down and put inside in the hole. In the hole, they use the hole for two reasons. The first one is for finish the back of the moai, because when you cut the moai there, just slide down, and then put in the hole, and then you need to finish the back of the moai. You will see that. And you need to calculate the balance of the moai in the hole, because then you need to transport in that direction or to Tongariki. But for that, they need a hole for calculate the balance. So you need maybe more of this, or maybe clean the back of the moai for calculate the point of gravity. Okay, for that they use the hole. No, nothing here for calculate. That is the reason. So, if you look here, all the moai is in the hole. Some moai finish, some moai not. You can see the face of the moai, and you compare this moai and that one is different, because it's different artist and different period. You know, develop the technique along the time. Okay, here we have the stone, the place for the quarry, the storage, and then distribution point to all the village along the coast. Okay.
The statues were transported 18 kilometers at the furthest distance from the quarry. You can see, however, broken ones here, meaning they weren't always successful. Moai were often damaged or completely broken during transport and just left in place. There was no need to recover them once broken. You just go and get a new one. You can also see at the quarry many unfinished moai. Presumably, these would have been left when the Rapa Nui people decided that statue building wasn't important anymore, and this was likely around the time of the Civil War. It appears that the moai at the quarry weren't intentionally damaged or knocked over, as is the case all over the island. This is likely due to the fact that the moai at the quarry weren't associated with anyone, so no one cared about damaging the ones at the factory. They simply abandoned the quarry. If they had finished this one, it would have been 25 meters and 104 tons. It was never finished due to probably the Civil War. It would have been the largest moai on the whole island.
This seated moai is the most unusual of all the moai at the quarry. Why is it in a seated position? If all of the statues were meant to stand on top of an ahu, then it would make sense that the body would reflect that. Being that it's seated, how were they intending on moving it? If the standing ones were made to walk to their destination, how would this one get to its final resting place? The base around the feet being round would make it incredibly difficult. If the intention was to drag it, it would end up stuck within about 10 meters.
So this is the quarry behind me. It's extensive. There are so many Moai statues just scattered all over the place. Finished, unfinished. Some that were broken that were just left in place. Because what's the point of moving them if they've already broke? And so the big question is, how would you move them? Well, you'd carve them from the rock, which is located just up there. You'd slide it down the hill into a hole where you would do the remaining artistic work. The hands, maybe some tattoos, the features of the eyes and nose. Then you would dig the hole out and you would tie a rope around the eyes, around each side. And because of that 15-degree incline where the bottom is, you would be able to wobble it like this out. And it would take a long time. And for people who say, yeah, but they wanted to get the work done fast. No, this is island. This is island time, just as today. If you have to move it 5 miles, it'll take as long as you need to move it. You don't have to worry. You're not on the clock. You're not being paid. Not in the traditional way of today.